Hey, what's up, guys? Alonzo Gonzo here, and I'm with Pure X Survivor. Say what's up.
Thanks for having me, Alonzo. It is good to be here.
Yes, and today we're gonna discuss these 4J studio pictures from Twitter. They're actually pictures of Minecraft on the Xbox edition. I'm assuming it's Xbox One, but just because of the fact that it's a console, I'm assuming the update's gonna transfer to PS3, PS4, all that good jazz. So let's get right into the first picture, and the first picture is horses. That's a main part of this picture right here. As you can tell, there's two horses in the middle, right?
Really? I thought it was three.
Three.
Yeah, isn't there one behind the brown one?
I am not sure. The picture I have is kind of distorted, like pixelated. So,
Yeah. Okay.
and I don't think it's three. It looks to me like there's two. Maybe
All
it's
right.
three, but
All right. Okay.
And there's hay blocks. Pretty cool.
Yeah, and the crafting ingredient for the hay blocks is 8 pieces, 9, right? 9 pieces of wheat.
Yeah, you fill up the whole entire craft. Though you open up the crafting table, it got those 9 pieces you have to fill in. You just fill all those in with one piece of hay, and it comes up with the hay block. It's really great. And we got the redstone, right? Redstone block. I'm not sure about the other block next to the hay. It looks like a normal slab, or not slab, but like a pressure plate. And we are back.
Yes, we had technical difficulties. So we were talking about the redstone block here, and it's basically gonna add a bit more technical with the redstone, so we can make more advanced stuff for our mini games or whatever we want to build.
It's great for being creative. Having that redstone blocks, you're able to. It unlocks more uses for the game. And let's get on with the next thing, and that's in the inventory. It's a hopper. Could you explain that?
Oh yes, a hopper, and I believe the crafting recipe. Well, all you need is basically I do know that you need iron and a chest, and I think that's about it. I think you need 5 pieces of iron and a chest, and it'll make a hopper. And what the hoppers do, it basically, excuse me, it basically transfer items in and out of the containers. So there's more to it than that. I really can't say how to explain it. I guess we're just gonna have to wait until I show you how, or Alonzo does.
Okay. Now, basically, the hopper, it transfers items faster. Let's say, I'm not sure if this is correct or not. I remember seeing this. I actually never used the hopper in Minecraft. I maybe once, but like for just messing around, keeping it there for cool decorations. But that's all I used it for. But apparently, you could put that next to a chest and drop an item in the hopper, and it'll appear inside the chest. I'm not sure if that's how it works, but that's how I assume it's gonna work. And let's get on to the next inventory slot, which is armor. You can have horse armor, and to attain this armor, you need to go inside caves. I'm not sure about like caves, but basically you gotta go inside caves and find mob spawners. And in those mob spawners, are like chests on the side, and they're usually in there. And what else?
Probably mining shafts. That's usually a place to find stuff where you can't really make, and stronghold fortresses.
Yeah, those are places where you find this type of armor. There's no way you could craft them. I'm not even sure if there's even a crafting recipe for this. There's not. I'm pretty sure there's not, unless you're on PC. But we're not on PC. And let's see what else they have. They have beacons in the back and the top of the houses. They have beacons.
Yeah.
All right, with beacons, I can confirm I can confirm that the Wither Boss is coming to Minecraft PS3 or console edition. So the Wither Boss is basically like a three-headed kind of skeleton or three-headed skeleton creature that's floating in the sky, and it shoots fireballs at you or balls at you of destruction. It goes crazy. It's like on a rampage, and you have to destroy it to get this thing called the Nether Star. And with the Nether Star or Wither Star, I'm not sure, Nether Star or Wither Star.
It's another star.
Nether Star. And with this Nether Star, you're able to craft a beacon with 5 glasses and what else, Pierre?
Well, the crafting recipe is, of course, 5 glasses, 1 nether star, and 3 obsidian, and you can make yourself a pretty good beacon. And you could use those beacons as like a landmark right here. You can see this really big laser coming down from. I don't know how many beacons there are, but there's more than one, of course. And you could also use those to give you special effects, like usually what the potions give you. But I am entirely not sure how to use them. I think you have to do some type of trade with it.
Yeah, you have to make it into a pyramid type shape. Keep the beacon on top, and it all depends on the size of your little pyramid. And I seen a couple videos on this, like on how to use these beacons, but I actually use the beacons, but I know they're an important thing in Minecraft, especially since we got the wither boss because they added beacons into this screenshot. So I'm just hyped for the wither boss because I really want to fight the wither boss.
Yeah.
And then let's get into the next picture. All right, we actually confirmed we talked about everything here, guys. Basically to summarize this, we got the hay block, we got the redstone block, we have the hopper, we have horse armor, we have horses, we have beacons, and we have the wither boss. All those things are confirmed from this one picture right here. Hopefully we're not missing anything, maybe something in the background we can't catch, but that's all I can see right now.
Alright, and on to the next picture, which of course can look a little bit more clear than the other one, so that's a good thing.
Alright, now let's go to the next picture. Okay, we are back on the second picture. Alright, the second picture, let's talk about it. Go ahead, Pierre.
Alright, well, let's talk about the big thing right here, and that's basically the donkey, which is the same thing as a horse, but it's a donkey. And it has a little inventory right here, which you can see the player has a few food right here, and I'm guessing to feed it as well. But, you know, they have their own little chest. I think that, yeah, their own little chest. I'm not sure if you get them from the saddle or if they just come in like that. Do they, Alonso?
I'm pretty sure the donkeys have their own personal thing. I'm not sure a saddle can't really give inventory slots.
Well, the donkey is wearing a saddle right there, but, you know.
Well, that's how you tame it.
Alright, okay. Alright, what else we got? We got ourselves, in the inventory, we got ourselves we already have the normal type of food that we already have, but we got a block of coal, which, you know, is a new block that we're adding, nine pieces of coal, and you can make yourself one right here. And
honestly, I just assumed because of block of coal, this just, you know, kind of a little bit confirms the what's called the block of redstone. Since they're having the block of coal, of course they're gonna have the block of redstone. Why wouldn't they? You know, it's almost the same crafting recipe, just different materials. So that's pretty cool. I'm pretty hyped for that, especially the redstone block. You know, since that kind of almost confirms that the redstone block is coming out, because why would they have a coal block if they're not gonna have the redstone block? I'm just saying that right there. And they also have, what else? Well, of course they have the hay blocks right there on the side. That's a lot of wheat actually. And they have what is it, name tags? Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I believe those are name tags. I'm pretty sure you just have to, well, you know, for console people, of course, you got to left click. I don't know how to say it for the 360. I'm a PS3 guy. But you just got to L2 to click on your animal, and then I think you have the option to name it.
Oh, that's pretty cool, but can't you do that with your swords and all that still, like, too?
I believe so, but do you need an anvil for that?
I'm pretty sure you need an anvil, and you need a name tag to name their sword or whatever you want, but you could do it on PS3 without the name tag.
Oh, I see. Alright, and what else do we see in this picture, Alonso?
Alright, let's see. We see the rope, or what is that rope called? I forgot the name of it. I just call it rope since it looks like that.
Lead or leash.
Call one that the lead or leash. So let's just say leash.
Leash, yeah.
And basically what leash does is you could leash or wrap the rope basically around the animal, whatever animal you want. And for right now, we're gonna say horses. You can wrap the leash around the horse, and the horse will be forced to follow you, and the leash will force the horse to like move your direction. And you could either have the horse, you could have the horse following you by holding the leash while walking with the horse. Or you could go next to a fence post and then put the leash onto the fence post, and the horse will stay in that location and will not despawn or move or run away. And also, they have what's called the different color buttons in the bottom. So I'm assuming this is Xbox One, because I'm not really sure about the color buttons are different. I doubt it's a texture pack. I don't think it's a texture pack. Everything does look like the basic Minecraft texture.
Alright, and one thing, do you notice that like little house in the background? Like on the left side of it? Do you think that it's probably like, the house that they built, or, something else that they're just not telling us?
I think a new construction, like new buildings. Like, when you make a server, it tells you if you want constructions or what's that?
That could be possible. Either that or, the person just built it right there, since it does look like, this is where he's gonna live.
Oh, okay. What about it? What about the house?
Well, it could either be, just him living there, or they can actually add a bit more structure to it, like different types of houses. And they're gonna add it in the desert biome, I'm not sure. But I can't really tell. I mean, it does look It does look like a house, either that or it's just a little bit too far off and it's looking like a house, or it could just be like some random blocks just there.
Alright, alright. And is that all we have for this video?
I think it is. Besides those plushies and Steve riding a horse on top, so you can, pretty much tell that they are confirmed.
Well, of course, so through these pictures. And plushies. Oh yeah, I totally forgot the top.
Really, Alonzo?
Okay, guys, and we are done right here, and let's summarize this whole entire picture together. We have the block of coal. We have the leash that with the leash you use on the horse, and you have the horse follow you. You could use on pigs. I think you use on any animal, and you could tame any animal basically. Have them follow you. And with the leash, you could keep the animal secure, safe in a spot by putting a piece of fence down and keeping the fence. Putting the leash on the fence. That's like something you could do with the leash. The block of coal, I think you just stick inside your
furnace,
and it will last longer, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what the coal block is for, and it will save you a lot of inventory slots instead of having stacks of coal inside your chest and all that. It really gets messy. And they have horses, donkeys. And pretty much that's it. Donkeys, you have an inventory space, by the way, so you can add more inventory. So if you are riding a donkey, you can have more inventory, which is great. Almost like having a backpack, like the backpack mod on PC. And of course the hay blocks on this picture. All this there's like similarities with the first picture, of course, with the horse and the hay blocks, and that's pretty much it. And yeah, I think that's all that's in this picture. And Pierre's little house in the background.
I think it's a house. I'm still not sure yet.
Alright, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is what update is this?
I believe it's title update 17. I'm honestly not sure.
If we are wrong, we will fix it in the title. Anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't. Check out Pierre's channel below.
Check out Alonzo's channel below.
And peace.
Later, guys.